Hey guys, it's me Kiana and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title of this video, we are going to be doing my August wrap up. In the month of August, I only ended up reading 6 books. One of them was a graphic novel, but one of them was a huge ass book. In June and July, June I had read about 10 books, July I had read 9, and I had hoped and wanted to read more than 6 books in August, but because of the one big book that I read, it did set me back a long time, and I did end up picking up more hours at my job, so that also didn't work. But I enjoyed a lot of the books that I read. I didn't enjoy some of the books I read, but we're gonna go ahead and get started with my wrap-up. For those who don't know how I do my wrap-ups, I go in order of how I read them, so let's go ahead and get started with this video. The first book I finished in the month of August was to finish out my reread of the A Court of Thorns and Roses, the first part of the trilogy, and I read A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. This is book 3.1, I believe, in the book, and this is just a bridge from the first 3 books to the next 3 books. And this is just a couple of months, I think, after the war with Hybern, and it's just, we follow Farah, Risa, and Cassian more in this book, which I enjoyed having the chapters from them, and it's just them preparing for Winter Solace and how they're recovering from the war with Hybern. I really did enjoy this. I did tab up some of it, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, I believe. When I first originally read this, I did like a whole reading vlog for it, so I'll link that up somewhere on the eye. The second book I read was Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me by Mariko Tamaki and Rosemary Valor O'Connell, and I ended up giving this a 2 out of 5 stars. We follow a girl named Freddie Riley, and she has this girlfriend named Laura Dean, and Laura Dean either cheats on her, breaks up with her for something stupid, and stuff like that. I did enjoy the art in this book because it was very cute and enjoyable, but the plot of the story I really didn't enjoy, so 2 out of 5 stars. The third book I read, and I'm actually really surprised that I ended up finishing this. I started this in July, and guys, I have finally finished it, and that was Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. I tabbed this bad boy up. Be on the lookout in a couple of weeks for my Kingdom of Ash book talk, but I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. This is the 7th and final book in the Throne of Glass series. This is the exclusive Books A Million one, which is with the fan art in the front and the back. And in this world, we follow a woman named, well, in the beginning, she is known as Selena Sidorian, but then we later find out that her actual name is Aileen, and she is the Queen of Teresin. In this final book, they're all fighting their separate ways to try to get the 3rd word key, to try to save Teresin from the Lords, to try to defeat Iran, and to defeat Maeve. I absolutely loved it. This book destroyed me, and I cannot wait for you guys to see my book review for this. But honestly, I really did enjoy this book. I did tab it up, like I said. My book talk should be coming sometime next week. I absolutely love this freaking book, and if you guys haven't read this, I put it off because I was so sad to say goodbye to all the characters, but I'm really happy that I finished this bad boy, and it was a 5 out of 5 stars. This book is 984 pages. This is almost a 1,000-page book, but did I read every single page of it? Yes, I did. I then finished for my 4th book to continue on with my Harry Potter reread. I read Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling. This is book 3 in the Harry Potter world. Harry Potter's in his 3rd year. And now for this, they're getting a new Defense Against the Dark Arts professor, who is Remus Lupin, who Harry later finds out was best friends with his mom and dad in Hogwarts. But also a serial murderer known as Sirius Black has somehow managed to escape Azkaban, and everyone believes he's after Harry Potter. This is my favorite book in the entire series. After this goes Order of the Phoenix. I absolutely love this book, and of course this was a 5 out of 5 stars. I then read Lumberjanes Value 10 Parents' Day. And this is basically when every parents for the kids come to visit, and they try their hardest to keep their parents from seeing the abnormal stuff, like when a parent could have sworn they saw a Yeti walk by, they shove the Yeti out of the way. But then a magical fox ends up playing a cruel trick on them, and they are set on a magical scavenger hunt to find stuff so the fox would be able to find his heart. But we all later find out he doesn't really need it because he already has it. I did enjoy this more than I enjoyed the past two, and I ended up giving this a 4 out of 5 stars. And then the sixth and final book that I read was also to continue on with the reread, and I ended up reading Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Seanan McGuire. This is book 2 in the Wayward Children series, and this is actually a prequel. We follow Jack and Jill, who we meet in Every Heart a Doorway, which is the first book, and this is basically how they journeyed to Moor, their adventures in Moor, and why they ended up having to leave the Moor. I absolutely love this book, and sometimes I feel like we should read this before we read Every Heart a Doorway, but that's just my personal opinion, because in Every Heart a Doorway we're kind of confused why they got kicked out of the Moors. But I did enjoy this, and I wish we get more stories of this from the other characters like Nancy, and a lot of the other kids. But we got more insight on the twins. I did thoroughly enjoy this, and I cannot wait to continue on with my reread of Beneath the Sugar Sky and In the Absent Dream. And I cannot wait until the 5th book comes out, because in the 5th book follows again Jack and Jill, but this time when they go back to the Moors, which happens at the end of book 1 if you didn't know, and I'm really excited for that. But those are the 6 books I ended up reading in July. I truly do hope that I end up reading more in September, but I'll be leaving here 2 videos I honestly feel you guys should go check out. Don't forget I post Mondays and Thursdays, and I will be seeing you guys really soon with my TBR. Bye guys.